What is up, Virgo? We're going to be doing your live general timeless reading. As you guys know, I'm going to be doing a little bit more live readings for you guys just so we can chat a little bit. So the chat is open. Feel free to say some stuff, say hello. I know it's been a while since I've been on here for you, so let's get into it. These are general, they're timeless, so take what resonates, leave the rest. Yeah, whenever you see this is when it's supposed to be for you. I do have 20% off all the services on my website right now. So if you want a Reiki session or a personal tarot reading, that's definitely the time to book it through the end of September. Also, if you want a free 15-minute reading, check out my Patreon channel. That's where I do energy shift readings, moon cycle readings, weekly Patreon-only videos, and the monthly readings. Okay? Other than that, like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. I'd greatly appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so you can see when I go live and also when I post. So, Virgo, let's get into it. Again, these are just general reads. So, take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's see what goodies we got from our Virgos. Virgo, we got a lot going on in Virgo right now. We said that new moon in Virgo. Had a lot of some just craziness. I really want to use something intense, but for some reason, like Alice in Wonderland's really calling me for you. Yes, me too. I'm really excited you made it. I love when people make it their lives. I'm trying to go live at like reasonable times because I know I'm on the East Coast, and that makes it a little bit more difficult for other people. Always. I love doing, I really love the Virgo reads. I really love doing all the zodiac signs. It's just, I know I talk a lot. So it's hard to get all of them done in a day. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Virgo. I heard totality. It's a really weird word. It feels like a completion of a cycle. I just heard forgiveness. Okay, this feels in regards to self, though. Yeah, Six of Wands. This feels like almost, it feels like coming to terms. That's how I could best put it. Coming to terms with something that's just not going to be successful, something that you might have been holding on to. It kind of feels like you don't even want to say it or admit it. It feels like a tough pill to swallow almost. With the Six of Wands in reverse, it feels like something you really wanted to work, whether it be a job or an investment or even a relationship or something that you were very emotionally tied to. It feels like something that you know is just, it's no longer meant for you, but there was something in the experience that had to be learned, right? Something in experience that you were taking away from us. Yep, we got the Lovers in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse and then the Page of Cups upright. So for some of you, this is letting go of certain partnerships. It does not have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. It could be a family member. But with the Page of Cups there, it's helping you accept how you really feel about things. Accept with an open heart that things are meant for you for a season, a reason, and a purpose, right? Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy. The Three of Cups is Cancer energy. And the Six of Wands is Sag energy. No, Leo energy. And Page of Cups is water energy. I don't really say these zodiac sign energies often, guys, just because we can all embody any energy at any time. I don't know why this feels like so sad to me for some reason, the Six of Wands. It's crazy. This definitely feels like releasing a relationship. It does feel romantic, though. It really does feel romantic. Even though we have the Three of Cups here and that soul tribe energy, it just feels like something about it was more so chaotic than it was happy and celebratory. You know, like something that you would want to really bask in, because the Three of Cups is about parties. It's about rejoicing. It's about things that bring you happiness. And it just doesn't feel that way. And I think that this is you kind of coming to terms with it, being honest with yourself about how you really feel about the situation, and just kind of being like, I might have just been holding on to it out of familiarity or hoping that it was going to turn around. Let's get one more for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, this was because you didn't want to be alone. You didn't want to be alone. You didn't want to be single. And you're kind of understanding that. It was an aspect of your own insecurities that were keeping you tied to this connection. You're just being very honest with yourself, which I like. I'm not taking those on the floor. The Seven of Wands and Justice. Okay, so now we're getting to this place of kind of fighting for your independence. Oh, they're gonna make me. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords in reverse, and Judgment. Okay, we're done because you got basically an entire spread here. Okay, so with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles, you're realizing that this self-sabotaging behavior or this attachment was self-sabotaging in itself and stopping you from really embodying a Ten of Pentacles energy, which is a long-term commitment, a relationship, a job, a home, financial security, something of that sort. Whatever this was that you were holding on to, it was perpetuating a self-sabotaging behavior that you're now recognizing and releasing. And that's what your decision is, judgment, right? The judgment call. It's allowing you to step into what your soul's really desiring, which is you honoring yourself, you being very authentic with your emotions and just knowing what's best for you, which is really nice. I keep hearing Soul's Journey, but it's actually an Oracle deck, and I don't really use Oracle cards on YouTube unless I'm doing a collective read. That's different. This is Crystal Visions, what I'm using now. So if you want to check out any of the tarot decks I used, they're linked down below. Let's look at the Six of Wands. I just heard crumbling. That reminds me of the Tower for some reason. I just heard crumbling. Let's take this one. Three of Wands. So you might have waited a really long time or given this opportunity or this person a long time to show you differently. Then we have the Star in reverse. This is a missed opportunity. It kind of feels like somebody didn't step up to the plate or take the opportunity that was being handed to them to really allow this cycle or this opportunity to play out into something that could have been victorious, right? For some of you, this is like a repetitive cycle. You might be attracting energies that are, how do I say this? Just not up to par with your frequency. Not that one frequency is better than the other, but it's kind of like if you're a romantic partnership situation, you keep attracting somebody that's just not willing to take the steps with you to grow. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what this feels like. It's kind of like you're attracting people that you have to drag into the next cycle versus somebody that's like, hey, I'm ready to do the work with you. Let's do it. It feels like you're dragging somebody. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's kind of like you're waiting for them to catch up. Enabling. That's what it feels like, enabling. Like being too much of the mommy versus, come on. Hey, Lex. I see you. Yes, you do. Let's do it. Let's look at the Lovers. Gemini energy. I'm doing some Patreon reads tonight too, by the way. The Unknown card. Yeah, there's this big smoke screen that's, like I said, this is a habit. This is a cycle. Some of you might not be aware of it, and that's why the Unknown card's on this. You're coming to terms with this habitual cycle of maybe choosing partners or friends or getting involved with people that, hey, Alex, that you may have to always kind of pull along your journey with you versus them so willingly choosing to do the work alongside with you, right? Codependency. Okay. The Unknown card is what you're not seeing. The purpose of these connections. This feels like an old energy though. I feel like a lot of you are coming to terms with this. It's like a very sobering moment. Let's look at the Three of Cups. Yeah. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you're letting it go. You're letting go of this individual or the soul tribe energy. Let's see why. Two of Pentacles, there's the drop. So two cards, both indicative of a release. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, which is the decision. The Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is the surrender, right? No longer holding on to this soul tribe, this group of friends. Hostages, yes. Let's look at the Page of Cups. Wow. The Empress in reverse is literally my card of codependency in tarot because it's somebody who gives to their detriment. You're giving to your detriment. You're enabling other people. It's kind of like, here are my two cups. My cups for everybody else in the world and then my cup for self. Well, this cup's empty. Well, I'll just give you some of my cup because I'm not as important as you and I want you to be there for me and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's wanting to be wanted. It's rooted in abandonment. It's rooted in wanting people to want you the way that you want to be wanted versus giving that want to yourself, giving that love to yourself. It's somebody who doesn't recognize themselves as the Empress. You're coming to terms and having that realization and like, hold up, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? The sobering moment. That's why this is an old energy. You're seeing this. You're looking back and recognizing it, which is really nice. Empress is the Libra energy. We have Mars in Libra right now, and then Mercury is going to retrograde in Libra on the 26th of September. That's going to allow us to be able to ask for help from others in partnerships, in relationships, any dynamic that includes somebody else. And just kind of see how Mars, which is ruled by Aries, the sign of self, which is the polarity to Libra, right? And Mars is in Libra right now. How ourselves, how that influences our dynamics with others, right? Okay. Let's look at the Page of Cups one more time. There's another here. There's two. Seven of Cups. There's the clarity. And then the Hangman, the new perspective. So you're going to take some time sitting in this energy and kind of reflecting on the depth, the severity of how this is played out in dynamics with others, right? How enabling other people and their bad habits or your bad habits, giving your energy away, how it's affected your life and other people's lives to the detriment or to the benefit. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, the world's in reverse. So here's the old cycle. It's rooted in the insecurities, right? The lack of feeling worthy, the lack of independence, because Nine of Pentacles would be a very independent energy. We're talking about codependent energy. Let's look at the Seven of Wands. I'm going to do Seven of Wands and Justice together because I feel like this is kind of like you fighting for your rights in a sense, like fighting to be heard and to be seen in a new light. Because I feel like people have become accustomed to almost leaning on you because you're very giving with your energy, and now it's kind of like, don't lean on me anymore. I don't want to be the rock anymore. Ooh, yeah. Then we get the King of Swords and the Four of Swords. So now you're stepping into this masculine energy. Oh, beautiful. And then you have the Ten of Wands. Your masculine energy, bringing it into the tangible, is putting the foot down and saying, no more. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm in healing mode, isolating myself. It's not my job to save you or to do for you, right? That's not me being selfish, but I also need to take time to heal me. I need to take time to honor me. Ten of Wands. The cycle is done, closing it out, right? And the Four of Swords is the healing, the isolation, and the rest, the solitude. Let's look at this. I'm going to look at the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles together, because the Seven of Swords signifies that you're releasing this self-sabotaging behavior, and that's what's going to bring in this Ten of Pentacles energy, this very stable energy. Some of you, this is going to, it's not just because it's Pentacles that I'm saying this, it's definitely going to affect your income, but I feel like it's also going to help your sense of self and what you feel like you're capable of creating, right? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords upright, meaning that you're being honest with yourself and realizing how not seeing this sooner was sabotaging the foundations in your life, okay? You're taking off the blindfold and realizing foundations in my life have been sacrificed or sabotaged by my lack of honesty with myself, right? About my sabotaging ways or deceptive behavior. Love that you're back healthy and vibrant. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I love being back. I like doing the lives, too. The lives are fun. I like talking with you guys. Let's look at Judgment. Let's see what the soul's being pushed toward. I actually heard reconciliation. That typically happens, though, when you take space from people and you embody a new energy. People are going to feel the absence of your energy, and in turn, yeah, Two of Wands in reverse. I don't know why I just felt that up my back. I felt it up my right side, which is the masculine side, and you are the masculine energy. I definitely feel reconciliation because it feels like a return. It does. It feels like a return. Nine of Pentacles upright, and then the King of Wands again. So we have two kings, and then we have Knight of Cups in reverse. So we have two kings here. So if you're butting heads with somebody, it almost feels as if this butting of heads was because, I feel bad saying this. I don't know how else to say it, though. It kind of feels like a lack of respect for whoever was the codependent person in this dynamic. Again, it does not have to be romantic. It feels like a lack of respect for the person who was codependent. Like, you can't stand on your own 2 feet kind of thing. Like, and now they have respect for that person. This King of Wands feels like the other person. And I think it's because they see that the codependent individual took on a new energy that is now independent. They switched paths. They're no longer choosing the path of codependency, of insecurities. They're choosing themselves. And now this King of Wands is kind of like, okay, I can respect that. But there's a lack of trust between these two people with the Knight of Cups in reverse. There's a lack of communication about how they honestly feel about each other. And I think that's where this reconciliation is going to come in with Judgment there. I think they're being called to honestly communicate, but there feels like there's insecurities, a lack of trust, or kind of like power struggles between the two in order to do so. So I will pull some romance angels on this, just because I'm kind of curious how it's going to play out. And by the way, ironically enough, I think it was the King of Swords. Yeah, King of Swords, bottom of the deck. Like I said, this King of Swords, it's in reverse on the initial deck. And the King of Swords was the codependent one that we had in the first clarifier. I think that they're just not willing to talk to this King of Wands. It's kind of like, I've done my healing. I've separated myself. I don't think they want to go back to anybody that they've already disconnected from. That's awesome, Grace. That's awesome. So let's get any final advice or messages for Virgo. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and then separation, right? Time apart from your partners on the horizon. So then bottom of the deck, we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying the moment fully. So when you have really strong soulmate connections, and codependency is kind of like the perfect example of this, or just think about when somebody's hugging you really, really tight and they just hold on to you for like 20 minutes. You're like, okay, enough's enough. Like, I kind of need to breathe now. Codependency energy work the same way. If you squeeze something too tight, eventually it's going to want some space, right? To just kind of expand again. So if our energies are too intertwined with one another, they become one, they become enmeshed. They need time away. They need isolation. They need time to heal, to find their individual Nine of Pentacles energies. So now that the King of Swords has done that, the King of Wands feels the King of Swords absence. And they're kind of like, oh, wait, there's been a change in my energy because I no longer feel my King of Swords on me, right? And so that's when that reconciliation energy is going to try and come in, because now they're kind of like, I feel that absence and I want that person back in my life because I was accustomed to having them there. It was familiar to me. But that space is what allows both people to have a new perspective, because now the blinders are off. They're not consumed by one another's energy. So they have time to heal, to see a new perspective, and to raise their frequency, and to come back and start a new cycle, one that's at a higher consciousness, if they address their shadow, right? Seven of Swords, the deception. So cool stuff. But guys, this is what I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, check out my website. The month of September, there's 20% off all my services. The discount code will be on my website. And if you want a free 15-minute reading, check out my Patreon channel. That's for select tiers. And like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you can see when I post and when I go live. Other than that, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.